Last month, the Secretary of State said at the dispatch box that she could state explicitly that trade talks with Canada had not broken down. However, the Canadian High Commission has since contradicted this in writing, saying neither negotiations nor technical discussions with respect to any of the outstanding issues have occurred since the UK unilaterally broke them off on January 25th. Mr. Speaker, I just want to know who is telling the truth.
Secretary of State.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy to expand on what I said last time I was at the dispatch box on this topic, and I will repeat that our engagement with Canada on trade issues has been extensive across multiple government departments covering the FTA, cheese quotas and rules of origins. On 25th of January, the UK confirmed to Canada that we would pause FTA talks on the basis that cheese access had been removed and that Canada had signalled rules of origin provisions would not be extended. This is how negotiations work. I can tell him there was a meeting on the 8th of February between the Foreign Secretary and his Canadian counterpart where the cheese issue was discussed. I myself raised cheese and rules of origin directly with Canadians in Abu Dhabi last week. But what I must say to him is that chasing headlines on the basis of things that he's been told by the people we are negotiating with is not helpful to achieving the outcomes which our businesses, farmers and auto industry want to see.
Jonathan Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That was a lot of words to say. I believe the Canadian High Commission were correct with the answer that they gave. But can I ask next an important question about the proposed UK carbon border adjustment mechanism? Because on this side of the House, we very much support the introduction of a UK CBAM, but we are concerned the government will do so a year after the EU, resulting in the UK potentially being flooded with carbon-intensive products that would originally be destined for Europe, including steel, cement and fertiliser. Can I ask if the government recognises this danger, and if it does so, what is their plan?
Secretary of State.
But Mr. Speaker, just on the first point, if he still thinks that he wants to believe Canada before the UK, that is his business. But we, on this side of the House, know who we're working for. We're working for British businesses. On his second point, carbon leakage is a global problem facing all countries that are ambitious in tackling climate change, and we're working with international partners on how we tackle this together. We are following developments on the EU CBAM closely, and we're engaging with the Commission to discuss technical considerations relevant to UK manufacturers. We share their concerns on carbon leakage, but we need to make sure that whatever is a response in the UK is something that is tailored to what the UK needs, not just copying and pasting what others are doing.
For the Puller Bill.